I was, while counting the 15 seconds, thinking now, shall we call this session slowly but surely? But it wasn't so slow. $200 million. Yeah, not so slow, probably not so big. Many people are talking about billions today. So the B word is something more fun. Um, Not us. We're small guys. We're talking
Yeah,
about $200 million in tokenization. Today on this block chat, it's myself and Daniel, our head of risk, and actually talking about a milestone. Daniel, how are you?
very well. Thank you, Makram. How are you, my friend?
Very good, very good. $200 million.
Wow, 203.8 to be exact.
203.8. Yeah, so much sweat and tears, guys. That's why the point eight is very important for us. How, why, how significant, and why is it important? Why should anyone care?
Yeah, so we see this as a really significant milestone. Um, there are a few really important reasons for that. The main one being that it was however long ago that we reached the $100 million mark. And this was a very big milestone, and it was largely due to the real interest in people bringing their properties on chain to stake, to explore the technology, to try and understand this developing industry, and do so in a risk-free way that allowed them to stake their properties in pools. This was great, and it really helped foster the intrigue and the growth. But the $200 million milestone, completely different narrative. What we've seen here is the tokenization of investment grade properties on a variety of marketplaces where Blocksquare is the infrastructure provider. So that's new marketplaces coming up, properties being tokenized and onboarded by those marketplaces and then offered to the world. So that's really the driving force behind this $200 million milestone. So really important for people listening is that this milestone represents tangible real estate that you can invest in today.
So very interesting. So here you said that there's a difference between the first 100 and the second 100. Obviously, the difference is that now it's 200. However, the other difference is that um, the type of real estate that came in initially was incentivized by rewards for us to make sure that the ecosystem is populated and is tested. Yeah. So parties who are coming and tokenizing real estate were not necessarily coming and tokenizing real estate to sell real estate tokens. We're interested in the technology, we're trying the system, wanted to see how does it work, so for the future they may tokenize. But the next 100 is $100 million of different variety of types of assets, from your average property to your institutional level investment grade property. At the same time, they're being tokenized in different parts of the world, and they're being tokenized so that they can be sold. And this is very interesting. Now, again, those are, guys, $203.8 million of actually tokenized property. It's not contracts with some developer to tokenize in the future. It's nothing like that. It's actually tokenized property. So, what's the variety that have been created here? Um, Obviously, there's multiple marketplaces that came in. Some of those marketplaces are still tokenizing their first property and testing the market with it. Probably, this is the vision of Blocksquare, where we have hopefully tens of marketplaces locally created and originated and that grow and scale each on its own. And then obviously the whole ecosystem scales. What's the variety that we're seeing today between those properties? And um, have you, while you're looking, because Daniel does deep dives on each of those properties or most of those properties, but looks at every single one of those properties to evaluate it generally. And we're not talking here valuing it, we're saying evaluating it generally. Have you seen any interesting properties here that come through that you would say, you know what, I want to put money on that. I want to buy tokens of this when it goes on sale, without mentioning the property, so that we not seclude one and we not give preferences to others. But what are the characteristics of some of those properties that you've seen that would be interesting?
Yeah. So look, for me, every property that we tokenize has characteristics of interest. It might be where it's located in the world. It might be the type of people that it serves, the services that it offers, or the unique features it has. But before we get into that, let's take a quick look at what those metrics are. So 203.8 million, that represents 166 properties across 29 countries, spread out over 17 marketplaces. So just to put a bit more of a tangible feel to that 200 million. So without referencing any specific property, what I really like to see, and what we're seeing from 17 marketplaces, and what I feel privileged to see from Blocksquare's perspective as the infrastructure provider, is the variety that we see. All different types of properties, all different types of marketplaces that all have their own unique offerings that they're bringing to market. So we could look at the UK. We're at the moment across the marketplaces that Blocksquare provides infrastructure for. We see offerings from the social and healthcare sector, where very interesting type properties with very secure leaseholds, providing very integral services to society in the UK. So we're seeing offerings such as that, all the way through to Airbnbs by the beach, frequented by holiday makers and tourists. So a real variety there, and then we can go over to somewhere such as Uganda, where we're seeing beautiful resorts going up. And it just continues then with a variety of even different types of how should we say, specific offerings. So most traditionally, it's the real estate that's coming on board at these marketplaces, but we're also seeing examples of distressed debt, which is being offered to the market, and that's happening at a marketplace within Europe. So for me, each property that comes on board to any one of these marketplaces has unique features about it, unique features that make it attractive, others that raise eyebrows. But that's the importance of having the metrics, having the clear line of sight, and having the variety.
Having tokenetics. So
Having
what
tokenized.
we're never advising people to go and buy one rather than the other, or buy a real estate token or not. Please, with every single one of those tokens, you can see on the platform in a very standardized way, you can see the corporate resolution. You can know how does that token act and interact with the property. You can see the financial details that the provider is offering. You can go and after you finish from the platform, go into the Tokenized report. You can request even a deep dive. It's very important for you to understand as much as you can of a property to decide which one is suitable for you. I can tell you from my side, I've looked at many of the properties that are tokenized on our platforms. I purchased tokens in some of those some of those properties. I didn't in others. Now that may mean because one property is not suitable for me, or one offering, or the type of offering, or the configuration of offering. All of those is variety that you need to look at and understand, and then see from the return to the property itself and the valuation. Um, and then you can decide which one is the right one for you, and why is it the right one for you. Part of the variety, are you seeing variety currently of asset classes? Because most of the initial properties that came online were single family homes, were condos, were, yeah. Are you seeing, you mentioned currently the elderly housing, I believe in the UK, or social housing. Are you seeing variety, and what is most interesting in this variety?
Yeah, absolutely. So taking the UK market as a specific case study here, really interesting market to get involved in. The way in which it's structured there is that we're talking about a lot of governmental bodies, non-governmental bodies that provide really crucial care to the vulnerable. And one of the key resources that underpins these services is the bricks and mortar, is the homes, is the care facilities. So it's really important, not only for the UK but for societies throughout the world, that has a strong foundational base, that it's liquid enough to operate, that it's versatile. I think it's a really interesting area of real estate to look at. So it's really interesting to see, in fact, multiple marketplaces. I know of two under Blocksquare's infrastructure, just in the UK, that focus on this type of real estate class, and that's really interesting to see, and really interesting to see how the market will receive that. I think it's worth paying close attention to. So that's a really great one, and yeah, real variety. I think in terms of, as you mentioned,
Portugal, for example, yeah,
sorry.
we have Portugal. We have a totally different approach. It's a tourism, and it's an upcoming tourism area, yeah, and a very interesting resort. Such an amazing area, yeah. When you look at such an area, you should be very careful in how you, because you become emotional.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to be beside the beach and loves to have amazing views. And one of the partners in the marketplace in Portugal is someone I know from outside the business, from Fibri. And, I know her since 2-3 years now. So we feel like friends. Obviously, some of us never met. But I look at some of her posts sometimes, and she posts those amazing views from there and those amazing sunsets. And it makes you want to be there that day. Yeah. What others are we looking at? Have we done anything in the US, anything in Africa, anything in the co-living side? What other properties that came online that we've seen over the past few months? And that
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
online now? Yeah, I'm sure that over the past few weeks, even there have been several that came on.
Yeah. So we've seen several offerings go live over the past month. So starting in the UK, we've seen short-term lets become available on the Landhive marketplace. So that's a nice and interesting development there. Back into mainland Europe, we've seen Portio Marketplace go live with their first offering. Really interesting offering in the co-living space, based in Andorra. Really interesting project that they've got going on there. Again, as you mentioned, Portugal, the marketplace you're referencing there, not yet live with its offering, but one to definitely watch out for once it does. That's going to be really interesting to see. Again, as you said, great country, lots going on, lots of tourism, lots of developments in the. We're seeing kind of a spike in alternative tourism, a lot of nature-based tourism, and so that will be a really exciting one to watch out for. And then, of course, we've got the UK, the US, which we can't say too much about yet. We want to allow the marketplace in question to do their press releases in their own
Out
time.
there first, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But it's safe to say that the US is definitely a growing market for not only real estate tokenization in general, but specifically for Blocksquare as an infrastructure provider for this. So we're seeing a variety of real estate segments coming on chain through an up and coming marketplace in the US. Again, from commercial offices, for
Multifamily,
example.
yeah, we've seen some multifamily come on.
Multifamily, residential, office, yeah, so a real variety there as well. So it really seems to be popping off all over the world. Yeah.
And we're doing something, by the way, guys, called AI deep dives. Look, the first one I've heard, I initially didn't like, because what, man, I don't like that. And then obviously because we hate change as human beings. And then I've heard one that I was interested in, because I was buying tokens of that asset at that single exact moment, and then I got interested. So I've heard that whole thing, and I saw it's interesting. And it's AI based, yeah. So the whole thing is AI based. It's interesting to listen to it, because it has such a balanced approach, where they're giving you all the sides that you need to assess and look at from a risk perspective. They're giving you part of the opportunity in that asset, and what are the features to look out for. So interesting thing. Look at it, guys. We have few done already, and I'm sure the team will do much more. But that's a very interesting approach. So alongside Tokalytics, the AI deep dives, I believe it should give you enough of material to enjoy that, and then you can dig deeper, dig as deep as you can with every asset. Most important for us is that you select the right asset for you, and you choose if an asset is right for you or not. Daniel, something very interesting here and important. Now, when people are looking at the marketplace, at any marketplace today, and they're interacting with it, obviously, as we said before, every single thing that happens, every single transaction, every single trade history, you can see all of that on chain. You can see all of that on Etherscan, because the same module works everywhere. It's unified. Here, when they're looking at the property, how do you feel when you're looking at it? Because again, you look at it from a tokalytics angle, you look at it from a risk manager's mindset, you look at the property prior to it being tokenized as well. Um, how do you advise people, not advise people, how do you think people should or would best be able to look at a property and evaluate an asset?
Yeah, so for me, I think, and this goes for any industry or any endeavor, knowledge is power. So it's really about making yourself as knowledgeable on whatever given subject it is. So in the space of real estate tokenization and the potential of handing over money in exchange for tokenized economic rights in a property, it's about collecting data, collecting information, being in the know, understanding not only the technological infrastructure, but the legal side that underpins it, your rights as a token holder, and then also ensuring that you've got sufficient information to understand the real property. I feel like it's our job here at Blocksquare and Ocean Point and Tokenlytics to ensure there's the solid foundational technological base, which is Blocksquare is the infrastructure provider, and then Tokenlytics ensuring that information and data is collected, is made transparent, and that individuals have a clear line of sight to the asset. So my suggestion would really just be to collect as much information as possible, and not to make a decision unless you feel like you had all the information available. There's outside of tokenization, we are talking about real estate, one of the oldest asset classes out there. There's plenty of books, plenty of knowledge hubs out there. If this is an area that you're passionate about, or you're becoming passionate about, really lean into it. Get out there, read the books, follow the experts, and keep yourself informed.
I'm starting to become passionate about real estate those days.
Oh, only just.
I'm starting to. So, guys, things you need to look out for. Let's count for the guys things that they need to look out for when they're looking at a property or a tokenized property. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, and jump in whenever you see something that is to be added. One, you're buying a property, yeah. So if it's a tokenized property or non-tokenized property, you need to look at the underlying property. If it's not property, if it's distressed debt, if it's anything else, you need to understand that product. I have a rule in my life. I wouldn't advise you. I never advise you to do something, or otherwise, I would tell you what I would do, and you do what you see right for you. I do not buy what I don't understand, regardless of what it is. If I don't understand, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's good. It means that it's not for me. Warren Buffett calls it. He has a box on his desk called the too hard pile. Too hard for him. Now, maybe Google is too hard for him. Yeah, maybe Google is something that is understood by you, but that's how it should work for each individual one of us. One, look please at what are your rights whenever it comes to the returns. Second, look at what are your rights whenever it comes to the what are you purchasing value-wise, the value of what you're purchasing. Third, look at the return. What is the expected APY? What are you expected to make as a percentage of your initial investment? And those are basics to look at and to look for. A very important thing is to look at how is your investment secured? What you're buying, how is it secured? How does it make sense or not to you? Which location is it in? Is it the location that you feel does have a great future? Is it the location that you feel is challenged in a way or other? And I'll give you a very simple example. I'm from Lebanon, and in my country, there has been challenges over the past few years. We were discussing a few years ago. I had a very interesting project in my country, and then we were thinking of tokenizing it, and then challenges started, and then I said we'll stop tokenizing it, and I stopped investing in it as well. So it's important to look at it as an investment, as a property. That's the real estate that's underlying, and that's what's very important. The token as a token is, unless the real estate is right, is just a digital. Can I call it an asset? I'm not sure if I call it a digital asset alone as it stands. It's a token. That's it. Unless it has and it holds value from the underlying. This is where it derives its value. And economic rights is what generally is carried on and attached to the token. Think and look at how is it attached to the token. Is the asset deed notarized? Is that tokenization instance notarized? Is there securities around that? All of those are very important aspects to make sure that you're purchasing a token that's valuable for you and for your family, and hopefully helps you today and in the future. Daniel, is there anything I missed here? I'm sure I missed many things here.
The only thing that there's something that comes to mind listening to you talk there is also one of the opportunities that becomes available when you're able to buy fractional parts of real estate all around the world is to look at, if you're buying into potentially multiple properties, the old rule of how you manage that portfolio and how you ensure diversification. So ensuring that perhaps if you want to lower your risk, you may not invest only in properties that are in one country, but you may spread it out across multiple countries. Or you may not only buy into commercial properties, but you may split up your investments across commercial and residential, and really leveraging the fact that there is variety, there's option, there's choice, and that you can leverage that to reduce risk and to spread out evenly across the market and gain the most from that opportunity. Yeah.
100%. Look also at how the property is managed, which is a very important thing. Property management is most of what makes a property investment fail or win, similar to company management. Yeah, if you have a bad management in any company in the world, one of the most successful companies in the world today would be Apple. If you have me run Apple, I'm sure I wouldn't do as good as late Steve Jobs have done or Tim Cook does today, and probably the company will fail. I'm not sure, most probably. So what we're saying is that look at who's behind it, look at all of those details because they're important to you. Daniel, I believe that this milestone is significant, but not only on its own. It's significant because of what it leads to, what's coming. And yes, the first 100 was different than the second 100, but the second 100 not only does offer every one of us the variety to be able to choose from and to reach, but it's a testament of market validation as well. The
Yeah.
coming hundreds
Yeah.
are another level of that validation. Where
Yeah.
do you see that going now?
I think for me, that first 100 million was validation of interest, of intrigue. It showed that people were willing to give real estate tokenization their attention, their interest. They were willing to dip their toe. They were willing to allocate their time to explore this new technology and this new route to real estate investing. This second 100 million really represents the next phase in that, which is people actually bringing properties to market, actionable investment, actionable solutions and offerings. So it follows a very expected trajectory, which is that preliminary investigation and research and interest, followed by action, deployment, implementation. And that's what this second milestone to me really represents. And moving forward, I think that trajectory is going to continue onwards. I think the next 100 million will represent tangible real estate offerings that people around the world will have access to on a variety of marketplaces in a variety of segments with a variety of choice. I can only see it going one way.
You've got the choice. It's your choice. We'll continue working to expand the ecosystem. We'll continue working to get more marketplace operators. If you are a marketplace operator or you're a broker, you're a developer, you would like to get into real estate tokenization, feel free to get in touch with our team. I'm sure they will take care of you, and you can run a marketplace in no time, professionally built and maintained and operated marketplace. And operation is on you, but the tech operation is what we do. And if you are a real estate buyer or enthusiast or interested, if you're part of our community or beyond, look out for this space because there's much coming. The team is working hard to add evolutionary elements, and you will see that coming day after day. Daniel, do you have anything else to say to our community and beyond, everyone hearing us, listening to us today?
Just a big thank you out to the community, to the team, wishing everybody celebrations for this milestone. Everyone worked very hard to get us to this. So a big round of applause to everyone involved. And that's it from me.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate your time today. Imagine we've done a whole block chat, yourself and myself, with no technical issues. This is the first time we do it. Yeah. It's a
Well,
technical issue.
after our last one, I went out, got myself on Amazon, bought the
The best.
requirements to make sure it didn't happen again. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, very happy to see that we haven't had any technical mishaps this time.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Guys, thank you for sharing our energy. Celebrate with us this milestone, and hopefully we celebrate together another 5 of those. Have a good day, evening. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Makram.